Okay, good day. So we proceed to our new topic. So still under the application of integral calculus. So this is the solids of revolution, but this time we are to use the washer method. So for the washer method, if the region bounded by two curves is revolved about the x-axis, the resulting solid of revolution will be hollow. Its cross-section will be in the shape of a washer. So that's why it's called as the washer method. So example is the area between two concentric circles. So for example, we have again, based on this statement, we have two curves. Let's say this will be the upper curve, let's say y upper, and then another curve. Let's say this will be our y lower. Then if we are to set our limits, let's say this is from x sub 1 up to x sub 2, and this bounded area will be revolved about the x-axis. So how do we compute for its volume? Again, the same as the previous method, which is this method, we are to introduce a differential strip. So again, for this example, we are using a vertical strip. Let's say the thickness of this strip is the dx. So as you can see, for this example, we have a distance from the y lower, the second curve, from our axis of rotation. So if we are to revolve this differential strip, it will create a hollow solid of revolution. So for example, if by rotating this differential strip, the appearance of the solid will be something like this. Again, it is a hollow solid of revolution. So how do we compute for the volume of a hollow section? If we are to recall from solid mensuration, the volume is still area times the height. Area times the height. So for this disk, but again, it is a hollow section. Okay, let's say the dx will be our height. So how do we compute for the area? So let's say our y lower, that is the inner radius of our concentric circle. So let's say we are using a small r. And then our y upper, that is the upper curve, y upper, let's say that will be our y upper will be the larger radius, or the radius of the larger circle, while the small r, that is our y lower. So for a hollow section, computing for its volume is simply pi, okay, the area of the larger circle, that is pi r squared, minus the area of the smaller circle, that is uh, pi small r squared, times the h. So if we are to substitute, we have the volume is equal to pi. What is the equivalent of our uh, the bigger radius? That is our y upper. We have y upper squared minus what is our inner radius? That is our y lower squared, then multiplied by what is the equivalent of our h. The thickness of this hollow disk is the same as the dx. Then all we have to do is apply integration, then set our limits from x sub 1 to the x sub 2. So by washer method, we can compute for the volume. We bring out the constant pi, okay, the integral from x sub 1 to x sub 2, multiplied by, we have, this is the y upper squared minus, okay, the y lower squared, then multiplied by dx. So this will be our key equation. Okay, so using the washer method to compute for the volume of solids of revolution. Okay, so let's have an example. So find the volume obtained if the region bounded by y is equal to x squared and y is equal to 2x is rotated about the x-axis. So we have the following equations. We have y is equal to x squared. So obviously this is a parabola that opens upward. And then we have the other one is simply a line. We have y is equal to 2x. So positive x, it is a line that is upward to the right. So let's have the common points or the points of intersection of the two graphs. We'll be having, all we have to do is equate the y of the parabola to the y of that line. So the y of the parabola is x squared is equal to the y of the line is simply 2x. We transpose, this is now x squared minus 2x equal to 0. So we factor out x. This is multiplied by x minus 2 equal to 0. So we'll be having the abscissa or the abscissa of the points of intersection. So the first factor is x is equal to 0. And the second factor we have x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 2. So this will be our limits. So the value, leftmost value is x of 1, that is x is equal to 0. And the rightmost value of x is x of 2, x is equal to 2. So if you are to determine the actual coordinates of these points of intersection between the parabola and the line, we may use the equation of the line. The equation of the line is equal to y is equal to 2x. So we substitute, let's say at x is equal to 0, obviously y is equal to 0. Therefore, one of the points of intersection is obviously the origin. Okay, the coordinate is 0, 0. Then we have, let's have the other value of x. At x is equal to 2, we have y is equal to 2 times 2. So we have y is equal to 4. So therefore, the other point of intersection is 2, 4. So these are the points of intersection. Okay, again, when it comes to this parabola, obviously, it is in the standard form. The y minus h is equal to 4a multiplied by x minus, correction, that is y minus k is equal to 4a multiplied by the quantity x minus h squared. But as you can see, we have only y is equal to x squared. That makes the value of hk, the vertex of the parabola, is simply the origin. Okay, so what will be the appearance of the graph? Okay, let us just sketch the graph. Let's just use a ruler. Alright, so what is the appearance of the graph of the parabola? Again, its vertex is basically the origin. Again. Pwede na siguro yan. And then next we have the graph of the line. It will intercept the uh, parabola. Okay, on the origin and the other coordinate we have 2, 4. Let us just use a ruler. Right, so for example, this will be the equivalent graph. So again, what one of our limit, our lower limit is x sub 1 equal to 0. And then let's say this point has a coordinate of 2, 4. So our upper limit is x sub 2 is equal to 2. And this is the area bounded by the line. So again, what is the equation of our line? Okay, the equation of the line, y is equal to 2x. And that will be our y upper, our upper boundary. We have y sub o, the upper boundary. And this is the parabola. Y of the parabola, that will be our y lower. So we have y is equal to the x squared. So if we are to use a vertical strip, and this strip will be revolved about the x-axis. Okay, so let us now use the derived equation of the washer method. So how do we compute for the volume? The volume is equal to pi, the integral from x sub 1 to x sub 2. Well, that is, we have the y upper squared minus, we have the y lower squared multiplied by the dx. So let us now substitute. The volume is equal to pi, the integral, first point of intersection, or first abscissa, we have x equal to 0 up to x is equal to 2. Y upper, so obviously based on our graph, so the line is above the parabola. So that is simply equal to 2x, okay, quantity squared. And then minus, what is our y lower? Our y lower is equal to y equal to x squared. So that is x squared and then squared multiplied by dx. So the volume now is equal to pi, the integral from 0 to 2. So what is the value of 2x squared? This is 4x squared. And then minus x squared squared will be x raised to 4, then multiplied by dx. So we can have the volume equal to pi. I think we can directly integrate each term. So what is the integral of 4x squared? It is 4x cube divided by 3. And then minus integral of x to the fourth dx is x raised to 5 divided by 5. This is to be evaluated from 0 to 2. So let us just substitute the limits. Okay, we have now the volume is equal to pi multiplied by, this is 4, upper limit is 2, raised to 3 divided by 3. Okay, minus, we have 2 raised to 5, this is divided by 5. And then minus pi multiplied by 4 times 0 cubed divided by 3, minus we have 0 raised to 5 divided by 5. But obviously, again, if all terms have a variable x and your lower limit is 0, okay, this will be simply just equal to 0. So let us simplify the values using the upper limit. Okay, we have the volume is equal to pi multiplied by, what is 2 cube? 2 cube is 8 times 4. We have that as 32 divided by 3. Okay, minus 2 raised to 5 is also 32 divided by 5. Okay, we have the volume is equal to pi. Okay, we can use, what is 3 times 5? We can use 15. So what is 15 divided by 3? That is 5. 5 times 32. So 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 2 is 10. We have that as uh, 160. Yeah, so 5 times 30, 150. 5 times, yes, it's 160. Minus 5 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 32. 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 2 is 6. We have that as 90 as 6. So the volume is now equal to pi. I multiplied by, what is 160 minus 96? That is 64. Okay, divide by 15. So therefore, okay, what is the volume? The volume now is equal to 64 of pi divided by 15 cubic units. So this will be our answer for this example. Okay, so let's have another example. So find the volume generated by revolving the area bounded by the parabola y squared is equal to 8x, and its latus rectum x is equal to 2 about the y-axis. So on the given curve, y squared is equal to 8x. Again, it's very obvious that its vertex, the coordinate of its vertex is at the origin, 0, 0. And okay, the other boundary is the latus rectum. Since this is in the form of y is equal to 4, or y squared is equal to 4a of x. So 4a is basically equal to 8. So dividing both sides of the equation by 4, we have a is equal to 2. So that is the distance from the vertex to the focus. So if we are to graph this one, so again, since the one that is squared is y, it is a parabola that opens to the right since it is positive. And the other boundary, we have that as, okay, let's say this point is x is equal to 2. Okay, this is the location of the focus. Okay, so this is the latus rectum having a length of 2a. So also 2a on the lower half. So this is the area bounded by our parabola. We have the y squared equal to 8x and the latus rectum. So our vertical red line, that is the latus rectum. Okay, and this is the bounded area. Okay, so take note that the axis of revolution this time is the y-axis. We are to revolve this area about the y-axis. So for this example, I will be using a horizontal strip. Okay, so let's say this is our horizontal strip. So what will be our outer radius? The outer radius is, this time in terms of x. That is our capital R. That is the same as x. That is the x on the right, which is equal to the value of 2. X is equal to 2. So this is again, this is our x on the right. while the other boundary of the strip, this is our x on the left. That should be equal to the x of the parabola. So, but the given equation, we have the y squared is equal to 8x. We should equate this to x. So that x is our x on the left. That is simply the y squared divided by 8. So our variable of integration this time is actually y. So to simplify our solution, we may just consider the half, okay, the upper half of our area bounded, and then later on, all we have to do is multiply it by 2. So from the washer method, okay, we have the volume is equal to pi. Okay, this time that is the integral. Our limit should be in terms of y this time, since again we are using a horizontal strip. We have y sub 1 to y sub 2. So this is okay from x to the right squared minus, that is our outer radius x sub r, minus the inner radius, that is our x sub l, minus x sub l squared, then multiplied by dy. So since our variable of integration is y, what should be our limit? So starting from the origin, okay, obviously our y sub 1 will be 0. So what will be the point of intersection, okay, of the latus rectum x is equal to 2 and the parabola? All we have to do is substitute. So again, from the equation of the parabola, the y squared is equal to 8x. At x is equal to 2, we have y squared is equal to the 8 times 2. So obviously, we have y squared is equal to 16. If we are to take the square root of that one, okay, we have y is equal to positive or negative 4. So these are the points of intersection of our parabola and its latus rectum. We have 2, negative 4. The upper point of intersection is positive 2, positive 4. But again, we'll be just using the upper half, and then all you have to do later on, or all we have to do is multiply it by 2. So I hope that is clear. We are just using the upper half, and then all we have to do is multiply it by 2. So the volume, again, we are multiplying it by 2 multiplied by pi. This is the integral from our lower limit, y sub 1 is equal to 0, and our y sub 2 should be of the positive 4. Y sub 2 is equal to the positive 4, okay, on this point. So that is from 0 to positive 4. Okay, x on the right, that is the outer radius. We have that as 2. It is squared minus, what is our x on the left? The x on the left is basically the parabola, which is equal to, okay, we have that as the y squared. Okay, this is the y squared. Okay, we have the y squared divided by 8, and then squared, and then multiplied by dy. So we'll be having the volume is now equal to 2 pi, the integral from 0 to 4. This is now 4 minus y squared. This is now y to the 4 to the fourth divided by 64. Then multiplied by dy. So I think we can directly integrate all terms. So we have now the volume is equal to, this is 2 pi multiplied by, what is the integral of 4 dy? That is 4y, minus, what is the integral of y to the fourth over 64 dy? So that is 1 over 64 y to the fifth divided by 5. Again, this is to be evaluated from 0 to 4. So let us evaluate. Let us substitute the limits. Again, if you observe that all terms have a variable and your lower limit is simply 0, then the value of the lower limit is just 0. You may just ignore that. We have this as a 2 pi multiplied by 4 times upper limit is 4 minus 1 over 64. This is 4 raised to 5 divided by 5. Okay, and then lower limit is just 0. Okay, so let us simplify. The volume now is equal to 2 pi multiplied by 16 pi minus what is... So basically, the equivalent of 64 is 4 cube. Tama ba yun? That is 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. It is 4 cube. The numerator is 4 raised to 5. So we may cancel 4 cube. That will leave us 4 squared. What is 4 squared is basically 16. This is 16. I divide by 5. Okay, let us simplify. The volume now is equal to 2 pi. We have 5. So what is 5 times 16? It is 80 minus 16. So what is 80 minus 16? It is 64. What is 64 times 2? So 64 times 2, we have the volume is now equal to 128 of pi divided by 5 cubic units. Okay, so this will be our example. Okay, for the this will be our answer for this example. So this time we use a horizontal strip. So basically the appearance of the washer is like this. So again, for the strip that we use, okay, this is your x right. That is your outer radius, your capital R. And your x to the left, this is your small radius R. Okay, so this will be our solution for the second example.